Good morning, students. Today we are going to start chapter 2, Nutrition in Animals. First of all, the question arises in the mind that what is nutrition? The mode of taking food by an organism and its utilization in the body is called nutrition. As you know that plants prepare their own food with the help of photosynthesis, and in this process they prepare their own food with the help of carbon dioxide, water and minerals, sunlight and chlorophyll, and store their food in the form of starch. But animals, they can't prepare their own food. They get their food directly or indirectly from the plants, like we get fruits, vegetables, pulses, etc. directly from the plants, and milk and other things are taken from the animals. That animals depend on plants for their for getting their food. So in this manner we can say that we are dependent on the plants either directly or indirectly to get food. Animal nutrition includes nutrient requirement, mode of taking food, and its utilization in the body. Now next is digestion. Digestion is the process in which complex food substances like carbohydrates, fats, proteins, etc. are broken down into simpler substances. Now the next topic is different ways of taking food. Now look at this picture. Here different animals have different mode of feeding, like snail that chew the grass with the help of teeth and scraps insects, which means and splits the insects into the parts and then consume it. Eagle swallows the food, flesh of the other animals. Hummingbirds suck the nectar of the flowers. Lice and mosquito suck the blood of the other living animals. In the same way, the butterfly sucks the nectar of the flowers, and the housefly produce saliva on the dead decaying matter and convert that into soluble form, and after that use it. Now the next topic is digestion in humans. The human beings intake food through mouth, that is also called buccal cavity, and undigested food is released out through anus. The food that we take passes through a specific canal which begins with buccal cavity and ends at the anus. This canal is called alimentary canal. The main parts of alimentary canal are buccal cavity, that is mouth, esophagus, that is food pipe, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and anus. The main glands present in the alimentary canal are salivary gland, liver, and pancreas. These glands release different digestive juices that help to digest food. The alimentary canal and the glands together is called digestive system. Now let's start the study of the different parts of the alimentary canal in detail. So first part is the mouth and buccal cavity. Food is taken into the body through the mouth, and this process is called ingestion. In the mouth, the food is chewed by teeth and broken down into smaller pieces, and the salivary gland that is present in the mouth releases saliva, which breaks down starch into the sugar. The tongue helps to mix the food with saliva and swallow the food. Now the next topic is tongue. The tongue has taste buds to detect the different taste of food. The different regions of the tongue detect different taste. As you can see in this figure, the front part of the tongue detects sweet taste. Then the next region used to detect the salty taste, and then middle one part of the tongue helps to detect sour taste, and the innermost region identify the bitter taste. Now after tongue, there are teeth present in the mouth that play an important role in breaking down of food. There are four types of teeth in our mouth. They are incisors, canines, premolars and molars. Students, now you just touch your front four teeth in your upper jaw or in your lower jaw. What will you see? What will you feel? Yes, these are very sharp. These teeth help in biting and cutting the food. Next is canines. There are two canines, one on either side of incisors. They help in piercing and tearing of food. Premolars and molars, they are present at the end of jaw and help in chewing and grinding the food. Now look at the table. Look at this table. In our mouth, there are total 8 incisors, 4 in each jaw, 4 in lower jaw and 4 in upper jaw. And the canines, the total canines are 4, 2 in each jaw. And premolars and molars are 10 in each jaw. It means total are 20. So, students, I hope all the topics that we have discussed today are clear to you. Now the rest of the topics we will discuss in next session. Thank you.